Hi there, this is Ranjit from tech2bus.com, and in this video we're going to install Intel processor on this motherboard. And the motherboard that you're seeing is an ASUS motherboard based on the Intel Z77 chipset. And this supports both the Sandy Bridge and the Ivy Bridge chips based on the LGA socket 1155, and I'm going to use a LGA 1155 chip on the same. And the general thing before attempting to do something like this is that you notice this is the motherboard, and the thing that you have to keep in mind is any static electricity that you might have built up should be dissipated before even you touch the motherboard, because it can damage the motherboard. So I suggest wearing a anti static wristband or grounding yourself before attempting to do the same. And for this test, let me move the motherboard. I'm using a stock Intel kit in which we get this CPU cooler and the chip itself. And if you take out the CPU cooler, as you see, the thermal paste is already pre-applied. So I'm not going to apply the thermal paste here. But if you're using an aftermarket air cooler or something like that, you might need to apply the thermal paste on the chip. And this is the actual motherboard. Let me just zoom in a little bit, because this is the area where we're going to work. And the first thing you do is gently press this and move this and open this latch, and this latch will open this way. And now you need to open the processor that you have. Do notice that this is the processor and you should not touch this area. Gently lift it, and let me just move the motherboard, and let me show you one more thing that is a little bit important. Let me see. Yeah, if you notice here, you can see these two notches, and on the socket of the motherboard also you will have similar two notches. Let me bring the motherboard now, and as you can see, here are the two notches. So, and we also have an arrow over here, and we have an arrow on this. So you just gently place the chip and it should sit down. And now what you have to do is bring back this plate like this and depress the lever. Do note that you might have to apply a little bit of pressure. That is okay. Now you have installed the chip. Now what you have to do is, now we are going to install this fan on the same, and to do that it's also pretty easy. Let me show you the motherboard actually. Let me just zoom out a little bit. And if you notice, we have these 4 holes over here, and our stock Intel cooler will mount there. And let me just zoom in a bit so you get a better view. And what we do is we gently place this over here, over the 4 holes approximately, and those 4 pins should just go down gently. And now what we do is hold on to the processor like this and just depress, and you'll get a clicking sound. And do the same for the next one and proceed with the others. You should get this clicking sound that you have heard. That means we have fixed the CPU cooler. And now the last thing that we need to do is, let me show you the same. Your motherboard should have a header like this known as the CPU fan, and you now just need to attach the CPU fan and that's it. And that's how you have installed your CPU on your motherboard. And let me just turn the motherboard 1 second. And if you look at the back, I want to show these tiny pins. They should come out. That means you have successfully properly installed the stock Intel CPU cooler. So that's how you actually install Intel CPU on a motherboard. And in my next video, I'll be installing the other components like RAM, connecting the actual SMPS to this motherboard, and we're going to power it on. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel for that. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you found this video helpful, I'll appreciate if you click on the like button again below. That's it for now. This is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and I hope to see you in my next video.